honestly, I think this is a nice check raise. Question is, what sizing do I want to go to? Let's go to, yeah, let's go to 8. Not very deep. Okay. Nothing's changed. Called. We'll give that one more time, a decent size, and then give up on the river. Because, like, realistically, what is he linked to calling this flop? There we go. Usually don't like calling from the small blind. Sets you up bad, especially with the offsuit ace-X like this. So this was a max 1-2 game max buy-in of 200, so it's pretty low stakes. Everyone's not very deep. Let's get that 500, 2.5x setting. Limbs on UGG. I don't understand limping. I hate limping. We're in position. Let's go. Usually I like to do like 3x plus like all the money. It's like $8, $9 total. 49. Plus we're in position. So like if we just break the flop, I mean we can obviously see a turn most of the time. Call that. Maybe if we were like deeper and I was suited, I might be able to call. Especially being in position too. I like this one better as a call for sure. Yeah. If somebody 3-bets us, I probably can call if the other guys call. Being in position almost. Jeez. I shove spot, I guess. If I got like an ace-10 offsuit or something. Ace-3, and he gets them. Wow, blinds. That's crazy. I could just called $70 with pocket threes too off that shove. That is wild. I wonder how my mic is. Let's see here. can you hear me right now? I have absolutely no idea. We can check this through.
Oh goodness.
Let's see. Trying to fix my audio here. Zoom out and back. Back. Sorry guys, there's no one from Where's it at though? Oh, there it is. Okay. Can you guys hear me? Hello? Whoa. Properties. Let's see. I'll put audio device. This is advanced audio conference. No, that's great.
Audio output capture. Did I not just have the same manager? Yeah, I don't know. Device capture. What if we do this? Video capture device. Wow. I need some hands here, man. Manage. to figure out this audio. I have absolutely no idea if you guys can even hear me okay. I'm gonna get rid of this. Okay. Yeah, 2 to 114. Ace. Definitely could 3-bet here, or raise it up big if it was like ace-4 suited, or more or less ace-5 suited. Don't really got much. There we go. They're not going to expect me to have an ace in the big blind though, not at all. Limps, raises. I mean, realistically, they would bet a 10 on the flop. They could be betting a diamond draw, but what's the chances of him raising and him not having an ace? I mean, could be stabbing, and then he could be raising with a flush draw, but it's not worth. Yeah, maybe it was. Who knows? Maybe that would have saved me a lot of money. Bro, Tyler, can you hear me? How is it? Bro, there's no way you just gave me the middle finger. How is the audio, bro? I can't figure it out, bro. I can't. It's good? Alright, perfect. Is the quality good? Nice. Perfect. I don't have any viewers, dude, but you. What just happened? Yeah, but I don't see. The thing is, I don't know what music is not gonna get copyrighted or copy strikes. Look that up for me. Let me know, cause I will. Four or five off, dude. Let us call for the funsies. Check. Fold. Especially when it got the limp to me, I can't just fold second there. Call. Interesting. Fold. Now if he bets again, no, that's pretty concerning. But why is he limping like ace X though? Could be like queen 5 suited or like ace 4 offsuit. These players are not very good around here, so I can definitely see that's a possibility for sure. So if he bets here, I mean, I can probably pretty easily let it go. Okay. Nice hand. Queen 10 suited, queen 3, fold. Even if I'm getting, 7 to 1, I don't care. It's queen 3 offsuit. I'm not here to gamble, I'm here to make money. Ace 4 suited. Now this one, I wish I had ace 5 suited, but like this one's a good candidate to like 4 or 5 bet. Wow, that is gross. Okay, we got a gutter, and he just leads into me. Yeah, let's raise it up to 14. We have a gutter, we have a backdoor, we have all like the aces, the kings, everything like that. So we can raise it up here pretty big. And then also in position too. So like worst comes to worst, I can just check down like showdown or a pair of 4s or something like that. Definitely the good outcome right there for sure. We don't have to realize any of our equity. But a king would have blasted on that too, because of our perceived value, perceived range. Yeah, we can just call here under the gun range. Wow, I wish we had a heart to continue, but we don't. Okay, I mean, honestly, we can call 1, to be honest. He's going to have a lot of misses here, because, like, he can have, like, ace, king of clubs, or, stuff like that he just fires 1 to see if I fold. Whereas, like, I have a lot of hands that has hearts. I have a lot of suited combos in the big blind. But so does he. So when he fires this one, I can pretty comfortably fold, especially when he overpots it. Yeah, especially with the ace on the river, too. That just is not a good card for me as well. This is definitely a nice hand to at least see a flop with. We can see what's going on though. The action. Definitely raise blind be blind. The question is how much do I want to go? So usually the general rule is, if you're out of position like I am here, it's 4x plus all the money involved. So right here would be 8 plus like all the limpers, so there's no limpers. So right here I'm going to be raising to 8. If you're in position, general thumbs like 3x plus all the money. But more or less we just take it down, so it's fine. Ooh, that's a beautiful hand. Okay. So this is a 1-2 game, but it's super, like, not deep stacked whatsoever. Like, the max buy-in was 200, I think. So because we're in position, I'm just going to 3x it here. And so now, like, people buy in for, like, 50. Like, it's super short stacked. So we get 3-bet here. And being in position, Jack 10 suited with the hand as well. Definitely good enough to give it a call, see a flop at least. See what we can do, see what we can hit. Now if this guy 4-bets here, like I just gotta throw it in the bin basically. Alright, we're gonna call it 18 to see the flop. Hopefully we get like a flop like this over here, that'd be pretty good. Oof. That was a rip. can't even continue. That's like the worst flop. And that's definitely a call there. At the very least, I have to call that. Okay, fold. Yep, so that just means I'm up a little bit over here, and I just bought in for this one over here, so we're down a little bit. We haven't played really a hand. The guy earlier hit quads already. I don't know how that's possible when he just got on here. But I think it is online. You're seeing so many more hands. Okay. Got a pair. Pair is hard to make. We got a limp under the gun. Definitely have to raise this one up for sure. So I'm gonna go 10. Especially with like this guy limping, there's extra dead money. Might as well. But if he shoves, a limp shove UTG, I mean, you guys all know what that means. Especially now, there's even more incentive. Okay, we're gonna call top pair good kicker. That's good. These guys both don't have aces or anything like that. This guy's shoving like a lot of combo draws. You could have queen jack, but like how am I supposed to fold top pair good kicker, you know? If he has a better hand, aces, kings, I still have outs. But I'll probably get one more time. It gives me a great price. But I can't fold. I'm gonna have to just call. He probably has like a ace five of clubs or something like that. Now what we can't have is this guy shove. Because when he shoves, I know I'm behind. So I'm just gonna have to fold that $41 in the money. A7. Yeah, that's supposed to happen, dude. Yeah. What is he shoving there? A pair of sevens? That is just, yeah. Good outcome though. Good outcome. That's supposed to happen, you know? Over time, you're gonna win some, you're gonna lose some that you're supposed to win. But if you are a good player, you're definitely gonna win more of those in the end, just because like you're getting it in good. Like even right there, I got it in probably what, 70%. I don't even know. I mean, we can really look at it. Fold. I'll take a peek at this hand. I don't even know, like, okay. So yeah, so realistically he has ace-7 here. We get the money in. He hits the ace on the turn. But I got the club draw, and then on the river, it comes the club. So realistically, his percentage in the flop, let's think this through. So he has 2 more sevens, 3 more aces, that's 5. He had about 20-something% to be able to hit, and then he hits, and then I have like 30-something% to hit any king, queen, club. It's realistically like 25-30 probably, but still a pretty good percentage. Oh, it feels good to pick up that pot. Definitely we're just like thinning with the blinds and getting 3-betting and just whiffing, especially with that Jack-10 suited hand. Yeah, I'm thinking about getting a pizza. How do you guys feel about chicken bacon ranch? Dude, that's my favorite. Oh my gosh. But I just went to the gym. I can't have that too many calories. What do you guys think I should do? Try to get it or no? I have no idea. So again, this was a 1-2 game. The max buy-in is 200. So over here on the right, we've doubled up. And then over here on the left, we just kind of bought into this one, so I haven't really played any hands. Maybe I've called a raise or two, but that's about it. And then, of course, we flopped the nuts on the right side. But who's going to play a hand with 4-3, right? I don't know what's going on. Oof. That would have been awesome. Also, I can't determine if I like playing nine-handed or six-handed better. Six-handed, I get to play a lot more hands. I get to call a lot looser or a lot wider. Um, but I'm not too sure. I haven't really decided. Still going good here though. Thinking about adding a third hand, but I'm not too sure. It's gonna be hard to see and pay attention for the most part. The one thing I learned, especially being like playing live all the time too, um, it's just like being on your phone instead of like watching the players and their actions. It's definitely helped me out a lot for sure. Queen Jack suited in the big blind, out of position. I'm definitely just gonna raise this up. Beautiful hand, right? So general rule of thumb, we're out of position. We're gonna go 4x plus all the money. So 4x is bets 16. Because no other limpers kind of limped in there. We're just gonna go 16 with this one. See what he likes to do. And then if he four bets me, I mean, I can just lay it down, right? I'm out of. It's a beautiful hand. I'm out of position. We're not too deep, so there's no reason to just lose and call a three bet that deep or that shallow, I guess. And use offsuit, pretty easy fold. Have you guys ever played on this site before? Let's look at the bonus structure for here. Let's bring it over here. Kind of check it out. Let's see. It's a fold for sure. I just need a hand to play, to be honest. Like we've doubled up like two hands over here, and realistically, I haven't really played a hand on the left. And it's been what, 30 minutes already? Yeah. I did see one guy make quads though, so this guy, wow. Yikes. What did that guy just shove? Was that guy bluffing? I need to see that. Let's see here. So we're gonna go flop, turn, he bets $88 in the middle. Let me do this. Okay, top pair, no backdoors really except for a straight. I don't think they have any good hands, to be honest. I don't expect him to bet this a lot, so I'm actually going to go ahead and start the betting myself, because there is a lot of draws out there, like with a lot of limped hands. We're going to raise this up to 3x. Okay, we get a call. Flop two pair over here. Here we go. We're getting a hand here. So we're going to bet. I'm going to bet like 6 into 14. There are a lot of draws out there, but we do have top two pair. They both called over here. Okay, I'm gonna check this one, and I'm gonna bet 6 and 14. Pretty average. Okay, we make two pair, but there's also 4 ways to a straight. I might pot control this one over here just because I do have top. Nah, I can't do that because any king I beat, because king jack I beat because I have two pair. I'm gonna check this one down and call over here. But I definitely got to bet here, because if he has king jack, I get value. If he has any king, any 10x, I get value. I think 16 is the right amount. If he raises me, sucks. Still got to call though. 17 into 17. Flush gets there. So you're really limping a lot of those hands. He still could be betting two pair. Yeah, I mean, we're just gonna call. I'm thinking. Yeah, let's just call it. See what he got. Yeah, it's got ace of diamonds. It's a good bluff by him. I want to look that back. It's really a call. You know, like limps cut off. Calls in small blind. He has garbage. I don't have any garbage. I mean, I have garbage too. You know, I'm in the big blind. I just check it, right? Now, if I would have raised this, he probably would have like re-raised me. You know, so thank goodness. So flop comes here. He checks. I start putting in the money because a lot of hands here that he limps, he's probably going to check, right? So I put the money in. He calls with the ace of diamonds and the king of hearts. Then the other guy calls. I wonder what this guy had. But turn. Okay, now we have a gutter, right? Let's deal with this first. Alright, everyone's limping. I mean, this guy likes to limp good hands. I don't really want to raise him with garbage. I'm just gonna call. Usually, like any other position, I would fold, but because I'm in position, I'm just gonna call it. It's $2 to win 9, right? Pot odds are pretty much there. That was not it. This one is. Okay, he checks. I check. Because both of them called, but they could, like, the small blind has all these two pairs here already. I have top pair. Might as well just get closer to showdown, you know? So he checks it back. So I would say, like, any diamond draw bluffs there. But wow. So limp call. This guy has all the ace X though, because we just saw him limp ace king, right? So I'm just gonna fold. There are club draws out there. I obviously still beat some hands, but it's just really not worth. I need to put a note on this guy. Ace king all. We're gonna make him a red one. Perfect. So now we're open-ended. If we would have called with the ace, he only bets 12 into the folds. Dang. Okay, we're gonna raise this. We're gonna raise this. Okay, we'll raise this up. Okay, we're gonna raise. We got two callers. We are going to bet because when we have a pair, we have double back doors. Like we're just all over this board. When the ace king. They both fold. It's a good outcome. Okay. we're gonna raise this up blind v blind. It's gonna have a lot of garbage. I mean, so do I, but like, the aggressor usually is the winner, right? So like when he calls this, he really doesn't have a lot of ace X. Definitely gonna have to continue. Like it doesn't have to be big whatsoever. Like I can bet like one big blind here, right, and he'd fold a lot of his hands. I'm gonna go two big blinds though. If he calls, I'm still gonna continue firing because like I have all the better ace X. King's even better for my range, right? I'm gonna keep on blasting here. If he calls me down, he calls me down, right? But my perceived range here is raise, bet, bet, bet. You know, in the lower stakes, it's like harder for people to really continue with like a pair or anything really. Like unless he has two pair, trips, a straight, like he's gonna be folding like a lot of his hands here, right? Then if he calls me here, he can still call me with like king jack or like queen 10. But yeah, when we get to this point, I'm just gonna blast. And then if he calls, right? But like I said, I have aces, I got kings, I got queens, I have ace king, I got ace queen, I got ace jack. So he doesn't have a lot of hands that can call like an overbet here. So we're gonna go with an overbet and see what happens. So honestly, this is probably the best result here. So we're gonna go for a $61 bet into 57 and see what the result is actually gonna be. If he calls, I mean, I still like the play. Snap calls, king, queen. Doesn't 3-bet that pre-flop. Interesting. Let me look at that. So if we play this out here. So right here. So, pre-flop, he only calls me king queen, right? Blind v blind, the ranges are so wide. Like he should be 3-betting with like any good hand, any ace X, anything like that for you. King 18, 61. I mean, I like to play. Can I share this? Save it. How can I save it? No? Okay. That still sucks. Like, he's not 3-betting king queen blind versus blind. That's for sure a 3-bet. Like our ranges when I raise in the small blind are so like weak, so wide that like any hand, any ace X, any king queen, like any really decent hand, you know, like should be 3-betting pretty consistently if you want to be like a good and profitable poker player, right? So I really like the play there. I mean, I wish I could look. I'm gonna look this up again, just so you guys can kind of see it. So we go back to this one right here. We have kind of a good there. up. We're gonna go 8x plus all of the limpers, so we're gonna go $10 there. That's no, we're gonna go 8. It's 3x plus the limper, because I'm mostly almost in position being the cutoff. Suited jack, I'm gonna 3-bet here, being in position and just like ranges are so like wide, like I said. So we're gonna go up to 20, see what he can do. So he 3-bets me, call 3-bet. We're gonna see a flop, to be honest. We're calling 16 to win $60 with a 4-5 suited. You know, 4-5 suited can crack aces, it can do a lot. Then we get, that's garbage. So we're gonna call. Oh my gosh. If I had to wish for a flop, this would be the flop. Oh my gosh. Wow. Okay, so we're gonna check and flow to the aggressor, and then we're probably just gonna raise and get the money in, right? We have a we have a straight flush draw. So let's see what we can do. Hopefully he doesn't check it back, right? We want him to bet, we want him to call, and then we can raise. Or we just drill the flush on the turn. That's also good, right? That works too. So we want to size up to get the money in. So if I put like $50, that's going to be 170. So we can go even less than that, right? We're going to make sure the SPR is like close to 1-to-1 in the river. So I'm going to bet 45, 71. Leaves us with 150 behind. Put that here another time. The heart. Then if he raises us, I mean, we're just going to call, right? He has like all the higher diamonds still that he's trying to call with. Check this back, trying to get showdown. Okay, now we're just gonna shove because his ace king there with the ace of diamonds still gonna call. But yeah, we're just gonna go for it. Get this value. He can have king queen. He can have king queen with the like king of diamonds. He has a lot of 1-pair diamonds, but we're just gonna go for it and. Because he would be betting the flush draw on the flop too, right? He's not going to check that back. So we're just going to go for it. Hopefully we get a call with like a high diamond and pair. Let's see what happens though. He snap calls and we win. Nice. That is perfect. That's exactly what we want. Perfect outcome, right? I'm gonna check to see if I can see what he had there. So let's see this. Calls, check, bet, river, all in. I can't see what he has, that sucks. But yeah, that was like a perfectly played hand, right? Basically like, what in the world? What kind of flop is that? We're just gonna call here, being in position. I mean, it's just ace-10 offsuit. Ace-10 offsuit isn't that good, right? We're gonna check this back, try and get closer to showdown. Realize our ace high. Pair's good, you know, pair on the turn. Honestly, I'm gonna deny some equity because he can. If I check, he has like jack 8, all these other things that can make a pair. So I think I'm just gonna lay in like $4. Get some of those things to fold that has a little bit of showdown or a little bit of like equity on me, just to make them fold instead of like losing a pot where they river a pair on me and then I get upset at myself. Or you know, you see if he had jack 8 and I checked, he hits a pair there and I lose, right? Gonna fold here. Yeah, that guy probably had like a top pair and like a diamond. Like a high diamond, you know, because if he's 3-betting me free, doesn't bet that flush draw, because I know he doesn't have a flush at that point, right? But if he calls me with the flush out there, that tells me he has a high diamond, and then like a callable hand, right? So he's blocking that flush, and he has at least a pair that can call that all in, right? Okay, I mean 2 to win 14, 7 to 1 odds with like a suited hand. Yeah, I mean I'm in there. Alright. king five suited is definitely not a raise from the position I'm at. So we have video ideas. So we're gonna go, so we had 4-5 diamonds. Then we had, what is the other hand on this side? 7-8 off, I think. Then we had, what was another one that we had? I don't know, but this hand over here was like perfect. Like it was played to perfection. Let me pull that up again. Let's see if I can find it. I mean, we doubled up there, I think, like almost the whole time. So we can just bet like a blind or two here, and they're gonna fold a lot of hands. So like I don't need to put a lot of money in the middle, because honestly, a lot of ace X they would have re-raised me, right? So I have the best hand here, unless they have like 4-5, which they could have 4-5 offsuit. They could have 2-3 suited, you know, stuff like that. But let's see this hand. That would have been a bad turn for me. So if I go back, right there we go. That's the good one. Call in position, suited, Jack 8, make straight. I'm in position. So here's the actual hand that happened. So I had 4-5 suited. What is this? He checks this. I'll check it back. Honestly, like one of the best turns in the deck, to be honest. He bets. Bets 9 into 12. Wow, I would have raised him, but he bets super big on this card, which is weird. Because you think he would have did it, you know, on the flop or something like that. So I'm just gonna call. Not the result we wanted. Yeah, and then he bets here. Yeah, he missed that. Like, it's whatever. If he would have bet small on the turn, I would have raised him. Try and get him off some of the equity, like ace high and stuff like that. But he's not betting ace high for that much, right? Because he wants to get that ace high to showdown. So he's not going to do that. Right here, we can raise king 10-0. See, if this was 9-handed, I would probably fold this UTG. But because it's 6-handed, right, there's only 5 of the guys I got to get through. So ranges can definitely de-loosen up a little bit. So here's what happened on this hand. Calls, I raise it up with 4-5 suited. I get 3-bet by the button to 24. Big blind calls, other guy folds, I call. So there's 71 in the middle. You get a dream flop, right? You get 4 or 5 suited, all the way for a straight flush draw. Fold that. We got a straight flush draw right here, right? So I check it to him, wanting to check raise, you know, get all the money in with how much equity I have, and obviously putting some fold equity on him as well. But that's solid, man. Gonna check fold over here. But it doesn't come to that because he checks, I check, and then he actually checks back. Turn comes beautiful, you know, we make a flush. So he checks, big blind checks. I put out a money because if he was betting, he would have bet his flush draws on the flop, he would have bet all his over pairs, you know, whatever. But anyways, I put out 50, so just to make sure I can get it all in, like on the river, so like the SPR was like close to 1-1, right, stack to pot ratio. So I bet 45, and he ends up calling, right, the other guy folds, river's a blank. This is a perfect card, because he can have ace, king with ace of diamonds, he could have, you know, king, queen, he could have a lot of stuff. So this is a beautiful card, and I set it up perfectly to the stack to pot ratio is almost 1-1, right, 148 in my stack, whereas the pot is 161, and then he only has 130. So here, I mean, clear jam, he can call, so way worse here. Because number one, like I said, he doesn't have a flush, because he would have bet that on the flop. He would not let that get jacked through and like let us realize some equity, whereas he can just kind of push us off, especially with him being the aggressor pre-flop. So I just shove, he calls, and obviously we're good, right? And I can't see his hand. I wish I could, but that's how we kind of went up here. This is a 1-2 game. Starting stack is min of 60, and then all the way up to 200. So it is a pretty short stack game. And then over here, I was up to around 400, and then I live blind, I raised, and then I triple barreled the entire way, and then he just doesn't 3-bet me pre-flop with king queen, right? Because usually ranges are pretty loose, blind versus blind, and you're supposed to, you know, bump up a lot of the good hands, like king queen suited, and king queen is obviously a good hand, enough to at least raise blind v blind for my raise. I should have made that again. But he didn't. So like, I have all the aces, I have all the kings, I have everything that he doesn't have because he didn't 3-bet. But I guess him not 3-betting made him the most money. So here, 15 to win 32, or getting 1. I mean, I could still have the best hand here. I should have made it bigger, that's my fault. But I'm just gonna call, see a flop. Second pair, we got the club draw, backdoor. Realistically, he's probably going to put another 15 into here. I'm going to call that one, and then probably make a turn decision on what the card is, basically. Because he can have ace king, ace queen, ace 10, that he's 4-betting, everything like that. But if he bombs this, that just doesn't make any sense to me. 24. Definitely good enough to call 1. He can still be firing garbage still, but if he fires the turn, a lot of players like in these stakes shut down. So I will be able to like take advantage of that because they're pretty inexperienced or not very good. So here I can just call, and then see the turn. Like that's a pretty good turn, right? Doesn't change nothing. But realistically, then we got to look at like what is he 4-betting pre-flop, right? That's got to be the worst river in the deck. I'm pretty sure we were ahead of him 100% there. Because he's not checking aces, he's not checking kings in the turn. Like, we're 100% ahead. He just has, like, ace high. And now we just lost because of that river, right? So, that just sucks. Like, what is he? Yeah, it's a lot of ace queen, ace king, like, ace 10 even. And if he bets here, it's just like, I gotta fold. Like, there's just no way. Like, that's just so... Nothing I can do. I mean, I called when I was ahead. That's all I can do. Alright, so if we take a peek here. So we lost a little bit on this one, but let's play it through. Let's see what we could have did. So number one, I could have made it bigger, right? But he's still 4-betting me, probably. So I should have made it 8, 3x plus all the limpers, right? So it would be 2 times 3, which is 6, and then plus the other 2 for the limper. Usually what you do when you're mostly almost in position, right? And then when you're out of position, it's 4x plus all those limpers as well. Fold. And so when he bumps it up to 21, pocket 9s is just way too strong not to call. Obviously, you got to take into account like what its 4-bet range is. So especially in these states, like a 4-bet, their range is so like small, right? And especially like in 5-10, 10-20, those ranges could be a lot looser or a lot wider. Whereas in like 1-2, like this low stakes 1-2 game, it's going to be a lot more tighter. It's going to lead like towards a lot more premiums, like aces, kings, queens, ace king, ace queen, right? All those sorts of hands. So you really just got to take that into account if you are going to call with those pocket nines here, especially out of position. So that's exactly what I did. So I'm going to factor in like he has ace king, he has ace queen, maybe even ace jack. So I end up calling this. Flop comes jack, jack deuce 5, right? So second pair, that's not bad because ace jack, like I said, probably won't 4-bet. Pocket jacks will, aces, kings, queens, all those sorts. But he still can have ace queen, ace king, maybe even the ace 5 suited. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to call at least one, depending on his bet size. And so he bet a little bit too small. He bet like half pot, so it was like affordable for me to call him, at least see one more turn here. And then so that's what I do. I call the 24. And these games are going way too quick. And then usually I can just bet $2 and just fold. But basically I call one, I check again, and then he checks it back, right? So that tells me that I am ahead because he's not checking any overpairs with those draws out there, right? We're gonna check. And that here, because what if he has like, actually no, I think I'm ahead. Pocket threes. I guess I should have bet. Okay. So if we go back, so when basically, if you look at the turn here, and he checks this back, he's not checking aces, he's not checking queens, he's not checking pocket jacks even, right? He's not checking any of the cards, any of the hands that beat me. So basically when he checks this back, I know that my hand's good, unless, maybe he might have the occasional pocket tens. But in my head, this hand is 100% good. Like I am winning this hand right now. And then when the river comes, it's just like, that's the worst card in the deck. Because the only hands that I really beat was ace king, ace queen, maybe even ace jack, right? Not ace jack, but maybe even ace 10. No, we gotta figure out this here. We're gonna go 20. And then when that ace comes, obviously I know he's gonna bet it because that obviously is good for his perceived range. But also like all the hands that I was beating, now I lose to, right? So all I can do there is call when I'm ahead and fold when I'm behind, and that's what I did. So here he calls me. He's not really going to call me, but I 4x him with ace 9, ace 7. So realistically, I'm pretty well set here. We're going to go 1/3, 1/4. Fine. We're going to fold this UTG. He calls, which is good. We still got to go for some value here because he can have like ace 10 with the 10 of hearts or like ace 8, stuff like that. But he could also have like ace jack. So we still got to go for some more value because you can also have like pocket 10s, pocket 8s, stuff like that. So we got 60 in the middle. So he's not going to call that much anymore. So like we can go like, oh my god. That's so annoying. Alright, I guess we're just going to have to call now. I wish I had more time bank. I can't even explain the hands and what I want to do and think about what I want to do. What am I supposed to do here? There's 100 in the middle, 4 hearts. That's so bad. I can't even imagine like what would happen if I bet the turn. What would happen? Yeah, that's just like ace 10 and hearts, ace jack. Can't do much. Like, what am I supposed to do? Congrats, dude. Congrats.